What's up and good morning, my fellow collectors. This is Isoka. Thank you all for coming by to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you that stops by, those of you that leave a comment, and those of you that slide into my DMs. Yes, that is an open invitation. Just be gentle. So today's video is a little different. I'm recording in the morning instead of trying to record in the afternoon, where I'm crunched for time, and sometimes I don't end up finishing the video just because I keep making a few mistakes or things like that, and I just have to try to record the next day. So hopefully recording in the morning makes it a lot easier to get videos out there and the quality of it, especially since I have my coffee right here. I don't know if Graham Stephan would approve. It is not 20-cent coffee, more like 30-40 cent coffee. Gotta have my cream and sugar. So this video is not about me trying to be sponsored by Folgers, or actually it's Kirkland brand, since it comes from Costco. But this video is going to be about the cards that I have on my eBay. The link will be in the description, but I'm selling a ton of cards, mostly EX series and 2 or 3 Wizards of the Coast cards. The reason why I'm selling this is because there's quite a few individuals that had graded in PSA 10 a very, very valuable low medium pop card and very popular card from very popular Pokemon from the X series. And then I got into a little bit of a bidding war once one came up for sale, and I ended up making a deal for it. So I'm selling a bunch of these cards to pay for it. It's a big card. I'm not going to spoil it today, but it does help me finish my second EX series set, and I'll highlight that at some point again once I improve the video quality, and I'm going to make a really good video out of it, kind of highlighting that EX series, talking about the prices I paid, and just really trying to show off the cards, and so you all don't have to hear my dumb voice sometimes. So, yeah, I'm going to show off these cards and kind of talk about it. And then also as well, I think I might try to record another video going over... Oops, yeah, I guess it froze for a little bit. Yeah, so a lot of these are going to be they're all on my eBay. They've already been up. Currently sitting around $4,000 for total, and hoping to reach a little over $10,000. I think it's possible, considering the CGC cards are really valuable. You know, you're looking at $200 to $300 each. I think a few of these cards have sold. Excuse me. Ooh, that coffee coming up. Heartburn. This one actually sold for $299 a few days prior to me putting it up on auction. So we'll see if that's a realistic price for the rest of the cards. The cards that I did sell outside of eBay and on eBay prior to this auction sold for about $200 to about $275, but none of the bigger cards sold. I don't know if people were hesitant for it or they were hoping to get a better price, but those cards did not sell. But they will sell this one. I did get a comment, or actually a DM on Instagram saying, hey, I'm looking at this card. I was like, yeah, it's a great card. Hopefully it ends in a few $100s. And they said, what if it doesn't? Say it ends below $100. And I told them that if it ends at 100, it ends at 100. I'm not going to pull the auction like a lot of folks do. I'm not going to try to mess with it or shill with it. It's just, it is what it is. Those are the prices. And I will have the funds for the card, but you know, I don't know if I'll have extra. I don't know if these will do extremely well, especially considering Logan Paul had just had his fight with Floyd Mayweather, and you had the BGS 10 Charizard that kind of took over as far as the news goes. So we'll see how all that goes, and we'll see how the sales go, but I'm anticipating at least around $10,000, hopefully a little bit more. The other big part of this auction, I'm going to try to showcase the big stuff first. I know not everybody watches all the way through. Those of you that do, I do appreciate it. You know, especially those of you hearing me ramble sometimes. So this is a complete PSA 9 EX Series pre-release set. It's pretty hard to find in PSA 10. It's actually impossible to get a complete set, as there's no PSA 10 Power Keepers Cacturn so far. This card, I was hoping to get in PSA 10. I got a PSA 9. I would have kept it, but since I returned, there's been about 6 or 7 total PSA 10s. This one's the hard one to find, the Gyarados. Probably the best artwork of them all. And I already have another mint set that I'm going to send off to PSA as well. So this was the card somebody was asking about, if it ends cheap, you know, what I'll do. So back then, I don't believe there was any PSA 10s in Gyarados, the Cacturn, what was that, the Armaldo, and Dark Houndoom. Then I think it was TCA Gaming who had graded, God, it must have been like 5 or 10 plus copies. He ends up finding bricks of things and grades the promos, and so he ended up grading quite a few of the first ones, and then they all sold out. And I think there's one up for sale right now that I know of, but I have this card and I'm trying not to spend any additional money besides what I need for this card and some other collection purchases and just vacation and life stuff. I'm just not selling because I have to, but because I want to. This card came up and I would like to knock it out now and not have to worry about it any further in the future. So EXs that are up for sale as well are going to be all these PSA 8, 8.5s, and 9s. If you saw a previous video, oops. If you saw a previous video, I purchased 2 more EX Series Master Sets, so that makes number set 5 and 6 so far. And I spent a lot of money this month, and that card came up. It's a huge card. It's not quite a 5-figure card, but it's definitely very close. And yeah, I want to knock it out, and I was tired of searching for it, and it really puts my mind at ease as far as buying cards. I know there's certain cards out there for a lot of people that are looking. Somebody on Instagram, a fellow collector and friend, Cyrus Pokemon, I think it's Cyrus_Pokemon, actually picked up a PSA 10 T17, which is the Typhlosion, the harder one from Neo Genesis. He added that to his collection, and it's a great card. Very, very low pop, similar to my Lodic. It's probably one of the key cards for the Neo sets. So if you don't have that card, good luck finding it. Although 2 just got graded, but those are 2 that just got added to the population report in, God, that must have been like 3 or 5 years. So it was a pretty big dry spell for a while. But apart from that, there's just some cards that come up and you got to move heaven and earth to get that card and add it to the collection, especially if you're one of those PSA 10 set collectors. There's just certain cards. So here I have quite a few Rayquazas available. One's going to be up on auction, not all of them. So just 1 copy of every card. So if you see multiple, they're just going to be 1 copy. Card's got some nice hollow shine. And actually, I just closed the blind and I had the lights going, so it seems like the video is the quality and the clarity of the video is a lot better. So I think I'm going to start trying to film like this so the cards can really stand out. Deoxys. This one and a PSA 10 for the EX card is worth like $4 to $6 grand. It's a very, very popular Pokemon. People love the artwork, and it's one of the lowest pops. I think it's somewhere around the 5th or 6th hardest card to get. Damn, that card is awesome. I want this in PSA 10. Who's this by? Is it Kazuki? Yeah, that's Kazuki's artwork. I love Kazuki's artwork. I've just been trying to go for all of his artwork, his or her artwork. Whoops. Yeah, good thing it's graded. Yeah, so I've been trying to add all of those to my collection. Building side collection of EX Series Kazuki cards in reverse holo and holo where I can find them. This one as well. This is just an awesome artwork. So I think I might at some point pick up some theme decks and try to crack it out and grade it. So yeah, really close to my goal overall and pretty happy as well. Just getting to that point where I'm not having to stress out about some of those big cards anymore. And that was the plan, to buy a lot of the low pop, high value cards. The only one that I'm missing and the only one that I've avoided buying is Charizard from Fire Red Leaf Green, because it's such a high pop. It's nearly 200. They're super easy to grade compared to the other EX series. Probably the easiest EX series to grade. This card right here is one of the big cards too as well in this auction block. This artwork is phenomenal. I can't say enough of this. Is probably my favorite EX series holo artwork out of all of them. You got Ho-Oh up there as well. That's a really good card. So yeah, lots of reverse holos from these sets. Big cards. Hopefully they do well. They weren't quite selling on their own. I think I had most of these up there for $225 to $295, $275. And again, considering the cost of a pack, even a light pack, and I was going to say unweighed, but a light pack is probably $300-$400, probably more for Deoxys. And if you get a reverse holo in there, it's not likely that you're going to get a rare, but if you do, that shouldn't go for $75. That shouldn't go anywhere near, $100 or less, but it does. So quite a few Shed Ninjas. And so that's just, it's a risk and it's a gamble, but after I finish these sales, I believe that will end the EX series 113 hollows that I had. Most of them will have been sold at that point, and that'll also conclude my PSA 70 card EX series as well. I think there'll be 5 cards or so, and what I'll do is I'll go through it and add up all of the numbers, add the cost to it, the fees, and combine it and see how profitable that submission was. You know, looking back at my moves last year that I made. God, this is some awesome artwork. Who is this by? Wakai? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ooh, I have a second copy. Yeah, so hopefully, and another one, just, that is some awesome artwork. I love it. And so hopefully that will give me a chance to really show all of the numbers in detail and kind of show you the sales and kind of talk about it and look back. You know, it's like, you know, how did that do? You know, I know a lot of these EXs and EX near complete sets were very, oh, there's a third copy. God, that is awesome artwork. But yeah, a lot of those cards were going for pennies on the dollar back then. Now, good luck finding, I mean, mint condition like this, good luck finding those in the first place. But finding those cards for cheap anyway, I mean, I just paid $41 for a mint condition Vaporeon from Unseen Forces. So good luck with that. You know, that's just expensive. Here's some extras. I don't know if these were on there. I think, you know, let me see. There's just more. Jesus Christ. How many do I have? Yeah, so I think these may not be on the auction block except for that Armaldo. So just that PSA 8 over there. Last few cards. Salamence, I had 5 or 6 of these as well. And I picked these up for like 10, 15 bucks a piece. So I was making over $100 of profit for those cards. This card, Kazuki, again, just, oh man, this artwork. Kazuki kills it. I mean, Komiya, I like Komiya's artwork, but Kazuki just hits that sweet spot in between really great art, traditional kind of detailed art, and then fun. You know, just really, really stylistic and fun. And Saito, I mean, look at this artwork. So lots of great cards. I mean, these cards, if you were to auction these off mint condition raw, you're going to get 30, 40 bucks. So, I mean, the fact that you can get that plus $20 grading cost, and then good luck even finding really mint condition on eBay. I've seen people said, you know, near mint, never played, mint condition, never played. And no, when I get them in, I got boxes full of EX series reverse hollows, and they are not anywhere near that condition. So this was just lucky back then that I picked up a lot of these. I bought, you know, 6 master sets so far this year. Last year I bought probably 7 or 8 complete or near complete, you know, hollow and, you know, kind of reverse hollow with some of the EXs. And yeah, it just, you know, $300, $400, $500 versus now if you did that, it's going to cost you a lot more, probably triple the amount. And so then with the grading cost increase, it may not be worth it. So even if these sell a little lower, my only 2 Wizards of the Coast, I'm definitely going to make bank. And I'll cover all of that in detail with it. But let me know if you kind of prefer the number style video, like what I did with the expected series, the expected value series, excuse me, or if I should kind of part the screen and kind of make the numbers simpler. That way it's easier to understand. I know a lot of people like the numbers, but showing the numbers on screen can be just a little overwhelming, or just kind of doesn't make it clear, you know, how it's doing, you know, what the numbers are. There's too much on screen. So I may show that and then have it edited and shown where I just highlight the overall numbers, talk about here's what I paid, total sales, what I paid for the cards, grading fees, any sort of PayPal, eBay fees, and, you know, what I kept and just what was the overall value, what was my profit that I took out of it, and things like that. Trying to be transparent, showing you kind of what happens with it. You know, you could wait for the long term, or you could auction it all off from the beginning. You could do what I did and get rid of the PSA 10s at a higher value, and then wait for a while, field some offers on the bigger cards. Sometimes people will just pay because they're not able to find it. They're impatient, things like that. Actually, these last few cards are probably just going to be given away at some point. Pretty bad condition. But yeah, so that's my strategy with that. And that's also my plan with these, is to buy that big EX series cards. And at some point I'll show it off. I promise I will. I know I tease. I really don't put out that much. I know I'm a bad date. So that is what's going on my eBay. I may have missed a few cards, but if you liked anything, check the eBay description and the link. definitely helps me out, and I do appreciate it because this is going to be a huge card. And after this, I can finally rest, So I don't have to worry about looking for this big card anymore. So without further ado, thank you all for watching the video. That's my journey so far this week. Hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.